So now we have the situation that I described. Vang is definitely in the circumstances of a prisoner. Zort and Ikindu are guarded. The others are you know that you are being watched, but you are not really obviously under any compulsion. And aside from that, there are quite a lot of people there. We are talking about at least 50 people who are in attendance.
Just before the meeting, I would actually want to talk to Zort about my experience, so he also becomes, updated to the situation. Because it would be kind of strange to just be completely silent.
I agree. What do you want to tell each other?
I tell him about my experience, that I turned invisible, that I followed the group, and being totally honest, and also explain that I had some alchemical things that I've hidden and have on me. And ask you, Zort, could you kind of, if there's someone listening, could you keep them occupied while I try to understand what these things are?
All right. So that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, so I guess how my brewing works is just to taste these strange things and see if I die or not.
Exactly. You even have a skill for that, I think. So,
is it? I remember that we said it would be 50. I have a 60%, 60 on brew.
Look at all your skills.
Skills: okay, hide, literacy, brew, ride, cult lore, brew again, scan, local knowledge, brew, sneak, taste analysis. Yes, that's a 50.
Oh, let's roll and see how you do.
Okay. I don't have the dice, so you're gonna use online dice.
Use some sort of app. That's okay.
43.
All right, excellent. Okay, so therefore, you are busy conducting low technology chemistry, tasting things, and so the result is good. You're able to learn quite a bit of these different substances that you have recovered. And so you're able to recognize, well, I don't want to give you all the different terms and chemicals because I don't really know, but let us just point out that some of them would be in our terms in the lower middle of the periodic table.
Oh, that's really good to taste those things. Okay.
But so what this means, of course, you are surprised. These are powerful, rare, and incredibly expensive materials, and to use them in any kind of alchemical process would generate remarkable effects that you know that you are not expert enough to really process yourself.
Okay.
But somebody not only knew what they were doing, they had access to or had accumulated some of the most powerful things possible to do it with.
Okay. But I actually know the material, so if I had the money, I could kind of reproduce it. I don't have the entire knowledge, as you say, but
you are not helpless. You are not helpless with this material, no.
Okay.
You have 3 kinds of brewing skills.
Yes, I know.
And so they affect different things.
Okay. Well, I guess then it's just to say to Zort, it's fine. You don't need to preoccupy it. Maybe you were singing. I don't know.
No, I was starting to think of fiddling around with all the different kitchen materials and such.
Okay.
Oh, I guess there's no need for that. What I would like to say and apologize for you being drawn in on Urko's shenanigans.
Well, I kind of follow them, so it's kind of my fault. Also, I probably shouldn't been completely invisible all the time, but I didn't really know what would happen. So I guess that would be the best line of pursuits to do.
Don't worry, it will be fine. We'll figure it out. We'll do better next time. We'll.
All right.
Oh yes.
Well then, let's have a quick have a quick shift to the situation I have described, and the main thing that most people are talking about is getting rid of Vang. The question is whether it's time to how guilty are these outsiders of bringing doom down upon us all, and also the women in question are quite defiant. They are standing up for themselves because now they've got a little bit of magical, restored magical force, and they are insisting that this entire arrangement has to change in some way.
Great to be inspiring.
Well, Kin is kind of looking back and forth because on the one hand, there are several different concerns that she has simultaneously. So she is, at the moment, the one thing she seems pretty set upon is executing Vang, or at least she's not objecting to it. Otherwise, she's saying that the most important thing is to make sure that we are all safe. And so she's very stern on as soon as Vang starts talking about how these scholars knew what they were doing, and he brought them because they are from the cult of the buried dead and they know all these secret things. Well, she becomes very interested in Urko and in Jala, and says, you have really one chance not to be treated as Vang's as Vang's companions in this. And I'm willing to accept that he misled you. But first, you have to explain to me that you are going to maintain and, if necessary, restore this. You will have to maintain and restore the power of this, of our arrangements. So she's basically saying, are you going to help? Are you going to support her? Are you going to keep this town's current arrangement in place and use all of your skills to make sure that that happens?
I would like to apologize for, they let us in and we just, destroyed the trust. But what me and Jala found that Vang led us to, we believe that there will be a way to make this giant disappear. I explained that the Earth was taken and was made it into this giant, and everything that you explained to me.
Right.
And
Helma thinks that's great, all of it.
And I explain that I believe that, well, we know that it can be done because I come from this temple and we have some knowledge of this. And if we will be able to study more and Jalla can have her rituals and we can make it happen, then she can become a priest and be even more powerful and help us get rid of this thing. So your village may be in peace and live in peace. And the reason for this even being a possibility is because of Vang.
Charisma times 5. I'm very curious to see how this goes with the people who have some hope of being influenced by this.
17.
Oh,
Well, you speak with an uncommon empathy and dignity. I will say that you have managed to do this once or twice before, for example, calming a large berserk mutant. That's great. Well, you're not going to convince anybody who is set in their ways, but you are going to convince people who are not sure what to think. And Skava, are you going to add any words to this?
How was Hin's reaction to Erko's explanation?
Right. Hin, and in particular, the tattooed people with her, who are, remember, most people are wearing these little hats that they wear, and they also, in this particular case, I'm just deciding just how strange I want to be with this. Yes. Let's just say that the runes are not only tattooed on their faces, but they are also scarified, right? They've been cut, right? So the faces are very frightening looking. And so these individuals look like they are focusing their minds for magic. And Hin is looking really pissed off. In fact, she glances once over toward a bench, which looks as though anybody could sit on it and be quite comfortable, but it also would be just right for putting somebody down on it and chopping their head off.
That's
okay.
In fact, she's about ready to start talking unless you want to do so.
I'm going to let her start talking.
All right. Well, she has it pretty straightforward. Vang has endangered everybody and has allowed... in fact, she says this whole place needs to be more unified and better prepared to deal with all sorts of different unpleasant or dangerous ideas. First of all, Vang, you die today.
Wait. Stop.
Oh, really? Because she had a long list,
Oh, I'm sure she has. I'm absolutely sure she has. I want to hear what he has to say. Everybody should have the chance to say what they want to say.
Charisma times 5.
70.
Pretty good for her, so.
Please don't 17.
Well,
17 times 5, somebody else can...
85.
Like 36.
Okay, excellent.
Ooh.
So, yes, the way
This
that
was
you
enough.
speak, when you say stop, Vang gets to talk. The what looks to be something of a power block forms. If you look around, you can see that there are people who are paying attention. The two of you are beginning to capture the attention of at least a number of people. the people who are loyal to Hin and agree with her for one reason or another are not going to change their minds, but you are having an impact on the middle ground.
So far, I do not think I challenged her.
Right, correct. Right. But I'm talking simply about their interest in what you say and taking you seriously as worth listening to. So, and in this case, that means Vang gets to talk, even though Hin is not interested, but the rest, but everyone else is now.